What's going on, everybody? Welcome back for another unboxing video brought to you by Bearded Kaiju's Unboxing Reviews. You know, if you guys like the channel, hit the subscribe button, give the video a like, share with everybody that you think like the content of the channel. You know the drill. I just want to say thank you to start us all off. We are getting so close to the 250 mark. I think we're like 28 away or something like that. So super, super close. Thank you so much to everybody who has recently subscribed and who has been a loyal fan to the channel from the beginning. So thank you so much. We are almost there. But yeah, like I said, 250 subscribers, gonna be doing the giveaway. Kind of a little bit of a recap. I don't think I showed the giveaway stuff the last couple videos, so just kind of get over it again. Basically, I will be giving away this bundle of stuff that I'll show on the screen. And basically, it is a Terror Mechagodzilla puzzle piece, 1,000-piece puzzle art done by Tom Whalen that was released by Mondo. And then you have the 91 Bandai movie monster series Godzilla that came out, I believe it was earlier this year. I'm pretty sure, but it's a 6-inch figure, perfect condition, tags in great condition. So you get that. Then you get the Chokoken Final Wars Gigan. That is, I think, the red colorway. I think red and something else. I can't remember. I really haven't even looked at it, but that is pristine figure. I've never taken out of the box, and everything like that. So that's all good. And then you get some Godzilla keychains that I've kind of thrown in there too. So just a little thank you for everybody who has subscribed to the channel. But yeah, let's get to 250 and we'll get that giveaway going. So, but yeah, thank you guys so much and I really appreciate it. So, but yeah, on to our video today. So this is going to be a video that is going to be centered around one of my favorite, if not my favorite, non-Godzilla Toho film out of everything. It is fantastic. It's such a great film. It's a cult classic, and it's a classic for all kaiju and tokusatsu fans out there. It really is. And if you have not watched it, please go watch it. You can stream it on like HBO Max and I think YouTube and Tubi, I think, has it, and just anywhere else that you think you can buy it. I think even Amazon might have it too. So, but definitely check this film out. You will not be disappointed. It is such a great film. So, but yeah, this is one of my acquisitions that I got recently from coming back from G-Fest. That was a couple weeks ago. So I figured I'd show this pack off and get a good look at it. So without further ado, let's dig into it. And here they are. This is the 30cm set of Sanda and Gaira from War of the Gargantuas. Yes, please. Like, I have been hunting this set for a long time. I have not been able to find it, or even at a decent price. The set goes for a pretty penny, and it's understandable. Like, it's actually, like I said, for collector wise, it is a very sought after set. Everybody loves it. And just the film alone is fantastic. It really is. Like I said, probably the top non-Toho film that I could rank them all. This would be number one, I think. Just everything about it, the kaiju action, the story, the actors and actresses that are in it, and then the music. Oh my gosh, the music too is just it's memorable. It really is. So it's great. So, but yeah, this is the set that was released by it's a PX set or released by Bluefin. This was released in 2014, and this is one of 4 different releases that this set ever got released. I believe there was one set that was like a Wonderfest set. That actually had a different paint scheme on, was a more hurt look to them and stuff like that. And I think Sanda has a darker browns and stuff like that to kind of accent his body a little bit more. So I think that's what, and then the other releases I think are just the same as this one paint scheme wise. So just basically, if you were able to get it when it first came out, good for you. And then they've had other releases, but if you came into the X Plus game a little bit late, it's a little bit harder to find just because now we're going on, 8 years since this set was last released. So it's kind of becoming harder to find and stuff like that. So I thought I got a pretty good deal on it at G-Fest. I kind of actually bumped off about $100 from the seller. So I was really happy about that. So yeah, just overall, I thought it was great. And of course, we're going to look at the box first. Of course, you guys know if you've seen my videos in the past, I do like box and I do love box art and everything. And I love when X Plus does that. They need to go back to this. The colored art and the colored pictures that they put on these boxes, it's great. I absolutely love it. It just brings more to the figures itself instead of just the normal box color with just a black print on it. It's pretty boring. But I love, other companies are starting to really put a lot of emphasis on the box art and everything like that. Mondo's a good one. Star Ace is another one. I love their box designs and everything like that, and it doesn't go unnoticed. It really does get noticed by collectors, or at least by me personally, because I love boxes, and sometimes they're even cool enough where you can just want to show them off realistically with the figure, and that's saying something. So I love that they go the extra mile for boxes. So obviously this is an older set, so we're going to get this color. Especially they do this for the 30 centimeters. The 25s, they usually don't. And then the Sakai's they do also, but that is about it. It's usually just the 30 centimeters and the Sakai's that get the color treatment. Everything else is kind of just the boring brown and black. So, but all right, and here we are. These two bad brothers are out of the box and they are in hand. So, yeah, I absolutely love these guys. Never had a Gargantua set ever before. I actually did have the Billiken model kit set, but I never got it built and stuff like that. And then when I actually got to see pictures of it, I wasn't too thrilled about the height difference that they had for Gaira. Actually, this was pointed out to me by Leslie Chambers when he did his review on the Billiken kits, which, I mean, the Billiken kits are great. The sculpts look amazing and stuff like that, but I didn't like that they made Gaira the same height as Sanda, and that's not true to form. Like, it's not how it was in the film. And I'm a big stickler of, either screen accuracy or scale accuracy. Like, I really am. Like, I want it to look as real as possible and to scale exactly the way it's supposed to scale. And so that kind of put me off on not actually getting it done. And so I'm actually going to get rid of it and sell it, and then, just put my money towards, something else, because I did end up picking these up at G-Fest, and I'm really thrilled about them because this is initially the first set that I really wanted. But I got the Billiken set when they were re-released late last year, actually. I just thought it was the way to get the Gargantuas in my collection that were, X plus quality and size. But yeah, I didn't know that the height was the same, which it really put me off. So I was like, nah, I'm gonna look for the X Plus set. So I'm so happy that I was able to find it at G-Fest. I wasn't expecting it, but definitely looking for it. So yeah, but yeah, let's get a closer look at these guys. So first up, let's look at Sanda. So he's the brown Gargantua. He's the more gentle giant, I guess you could call him. He's the one that's more level-headed and, doesn't want to fight and whatnot, and just wants to be friends, basically. And actually, if you have seen the movie, spoiler alert, that this is actually the Gargantua that the scientists actually had in captivity at the starting of the film and stuff like that. So obviously that because of the little baby's fur color. It was brown, just like him. So, it's basically him. So, and he was very gentle and everything, and, nice and whatnot. So, obviously he would turn out that way and stuff. So, but yeah, sculpt wise, I love the sculpt. I like that he's a lot bigger. I like the big, broad shoulders that he has, because he is the bigger of the two Gargantuas. The face wise looks great. It looks spot on. I love that he's more in a kind of a defensive look to him and stuff like that. But yeah, I think the only gripe I would have is that I would definitely ask for a lot more shading and stuff like that into this paint job. Just because, like, you can't really tell where, like, the fur and the scales kind of differentiate towards each other. Because that was a thing on the suits, is that there was actually scales and hair on the suits themselves, And so I would kind of like that a lot more. And then his eyes, in the film, there was almost like a raccoon-esque stripe across his eyes where it was very black looking, and it just made his eyes kind of pop out a little bit more and everything. So I do wish that was a little bit more apparent in this paint job. And then just like I said, just more shading and stuff like that with the browns, darker browns, and stuff like that to kind of make things pop out, some of the seams and stuff like that, and just overall just make it more in depth of a sculpt and a figure. So, but overall, I still love it. It's still a great looking figure overall. So, still happy I was able to get this. So. Then we're gonna go to everyone's favorite little demon Gargantua, Gaira. And he is the one that you see first in the film. Another spoiler alert. But yeah, he is basically a more aggressive bad Gargantua that actually eats people. That was another thing that really floored me when I first saw the film, is that he was basically picking people up like King Kong, but he was just gobbling them up like jelly beans. Like it was great. And then he spit out their clothes and stuff like that, because that's not what he wanted. He wanted he wanted the white meat, So, but yeah, so that was pretty crazy to see it, an actual kaiju actually eating people. It kind of goes back to me and Gauss. Gauss was kind of like the first Gamera villain to ever eat an actual person, and that floored me when I first saw it. I was like, "Holy crap! Like this kaiju's eating people," So, just gives them a different aspect on their character and really makes them mean, and really the bad guy of that film. It just because they are eating people, So, but. Yeah, he's definitely my favorite out of the two, just because he's so aggressive. His acting in the film was is on another level, and of course, it's on another level because it's by the legend himself, Haru Nakajima, who played Godzilla from 54 all the way up to 72, I believe. Yeah, Godzilla versus Gigan. So yeah, like it's he definitely put his own twist on this character, and definitely brought it to life, because he was completely different than anything we've ever seen, and he had so much character and just, I don't know, just a lot of emotion and stuff like that. And you just knew, if he was hurting or if he was thinking about something, or just any kind of thing that was going on in Gaira's head, you knew it, and it was great. It was phenomenal. It was a masterpiece, of a performance, and I just love it. He's great. So, but yeah, here's a good close up of his face and everything like that. I love that his arms are, his hands are out at attention kind of thing, where he's ready to grapple and attack, because he was always like that. He was always standoffish, always ready to fight. He didn't care, But so yeah, I love this pose. Definitely, brings out the character and just tells you what kind of character he is and everything. The face and the head are great sculpted and stuff like that. Like I said, the pose was great, but then again, I would go more in depth with the shading and stuff like that for the colors, just because it just looks a little bit more muddy with these two guys, just because they didn't go in depth with the colors and stuff like that, and the shading and the highlights and stuff like that. So I definitely would change that overall. But other than that, like, everything looks great on these guys. I absolutely love them. Yeah, it's phenomenal. Yeah, I'm so happy, and like I said, like, this is if you can see here, like, this is the scale, for the two. Gaira was always the smaller out of the two, and Sanda was the big one. And it's just, that's how I wanted them. I wanted it more screen accurate. So like I said, Billiken kits were great and everything, but it's just, I wanted it to scale. I wanted it very accurate. So I love that they're different heights and everything, like they should be. and it just brings out more of the character. So, but yeah, so a little bit more of the film themselves is that this is, like I said, this is War of the Gargantuas. It was made in 1966. Then it was released in the USA in 1970, and a double feature with Monster Zero actually in theaters. So that's really cool. That's that's really great to see that and hear that it came out with a Godzilla movie and something, obviously to promote it and stuff like that. But this is in essence quasi sequel to Frankenstein Conquers the World, just because these are supposed to be kind of like almost offspring of Frankenstein in a way. In the film, they talk about how, he could have been, he lost a piece of his body and stuff like that, and they just kind of mutated and everything and just kind of, grew into Sanda. And then basically a piece of Sanda broke off and basically turned into Gaira, from the sea and stuff like that. So I could see that in a way. It is a cool story to it and little twist. But yeah, I could definitely see that these could be offshoots of Frankenstein just because they kind of have his similar head shape and body shape. Obviously, they got fur and scales and stuff like that. But like obviously their bodies mutated to best suit their environment and stuff like that. But like their faces alone and their head shape and all that stuff resembles Frankenstein very closely, actually. So I could definitely see that this is kind of a sequel to Frankenstein. So in some of the dubs and everything, they do kind of touch on it, and even the Japanese version they kind of do, but it's never actually like actual concrete evidence from Toho that they ever said, oh, this is a sequel to Frankenstein Conquers the World. So but I think you could definitely say it basically is. So but yeah, so starring in the movie, you had some Toho greats. You had Kenji Sahara, he was in everything Toho. This guy was in, like, it's crazy, you know. And then you had, of course, the beautiful Kumi Mizuno, who played the scientist assistant and stuff. She was obviously great, and then they brought in a American actor who first actually was supposed to be Tab Hunter, who was actually supposed to play the lead American scientist. He himself was an American actor and heartthrob, I guess, back then, but he was finally replaced pre-production by Russ Tamlin, who obviously gave a great performance and stuff like that. And definitely, when I think of the film, I definitely think of him as that person. So yeah, he did a great job. Love everybody that was in it. And then, of course, you have your usual suspects for a Toho film. All these people that you've seen before in Toho films, you see them again, they come back and everything, and it's just great. It's a great film overall. So when this film got released finally in America, there was actually there ended up being two different English dubs, and there is one that I absolutely hate, and there's one I absolutely love. The classic media movie or release that did this, I love their dubbed version. I really do. Like, yes, it's corny and everything like that, but it feels more natural, the way like Russ is talking and stuff like that. And it's just the voices themselves are more well known, because that was the first version I actually saw of this film. And I think I've mentioned before in previous unboxings that I actually saw this with Frankenstein Conquers the World the same night that I have never seen on Monster Vision on TNT, super late at night. It was probably midnight, 2 o'clock. And they had these two movies back to back. And this is the first time that I have ever seen this movie. I had no idea what it was. And they just announced that, War of the Gargantuas is coming on next. And I was like, ooh, I don't know what that is. So watched it and absolutely fell in love with it. So yeah, that was my first time ever seeing it. A lot of these Toho films I saw for the first time, like on Monster Vision and stuff like that. So definitely a lot of love for Monster Vision back in the day, for TNT doing that. They don't do anything like that anymore, which really sucks. They do the Halloween specials and everything, but it's always of like horror movies and stuff. They don't do anything with kaiju or monsters anymore, which really does sucks. I do miss that. So yeah, and then overall, just it's just it like I said, it's definitely a film that if you are a kaiju fan, tokusatsu fan, anything monster, definitely take a watch of this film. It's phenomenal. You can ask anybody in the collecting community about these figures, about the film in general, that 9 times out of 10 they are going to say that they loved the film. They really did. They're gonna they're gonna be shocked if they find out that you haven't seen it, because I don't know anybody who hasn't seen this movie realistically that is in the same type of stuff that you are as a viewer that are watching this kind of content. We've at least heard about them, if not watched them and actually love these characters. So I absolutely love these characters. They're great. So yeah. But yeah, let's do a few size comparisons. Size comparison with Godzilla 1962, King Goji himself. He is a 30 centimeter X Plus figure. This is I believe it's the original release. I can't remember. But so yeah, obviously you can see how tall Sanda is compared to Godzilla, and then how tall Gaira is to Godzilla. And that's great. Like, that's exactly what you want, for this kind of scaling. Sanda is actually almost just as tall as Godzilla. Yeah, about, damn near the same height. So that's really cool. And then obviously towers over Gaira, obviously a little bit, but that's because that's the scale it's supposed to be. So, but yeah, this is great. What kind of movie would this make if it was actually the Sanda and Gaira Gargantua brothers versus Godzilla himself? Like, who would win? Who do you think would actually win in that fight? If you guys want, leave a comment below. Let me know who do you think would win. If it was 2-against-1, do the Gargantua brothers actually have a chance when it's 2-against-1? Or, does Godzilla, wipe them out easy, KO them, one blow? Who knows? I don't know. It'd be a tough fight just because Sanda and Gaira are pretty agile and stuff like that. And, they are pretty strong. So it'd be an interesting fight. It definitely would be. But, kind of the what if, verse, kind of thing. But yeah, I think it'd be an interesting film, to say the least. So, but yeah, let's go to some other size comparisons / looks at other Gargantua figures. So I got my first kind of another size comparison / other representation of a Gargantua figures. I have the premium Bandai Gaira and Sanda. I think these are the 8-inch scale. So obviously you can see they are a lot smaller, but they are made by Bandai, so they are vinyl figures also, just like the X Plus. But yeah, I thought they were super cool when they first were released. We didn't really have anything Gargantua wise except for this set. I know there was some I think there was like an old Ballmark set of Gargantuas, but nothing that was really more movie accurate with a lot more detail than there was with the X Plus set. So and we didn't have a 6-inch / 8-inch figures of Sanda and Gaira, so that was really cool to finally see that, to finally come out. And I think they came out the same year as the Frankenstein, actually, which was really cool. So you can kind of have all three of them and stuff like that. And obviously, since they've gone on to do other, Godzilla and villains and stuff like that. But I believe these two guys were the first set that kind of launched the premium Bandai line and everything. And then Frankenstein kind of followed right after, which I have too, because that was, I think, the first official figure of Frankenstein ever. And so I immediately got that one. I had to. And then obviously these kind of had to go with, just because they went with the Bandai and everything like that. So I was a huge Bandai collector back in the day and stuff, because a lot of us were. So definitely had to add them to the collection. So but yeah, that's my first one. And we'll go to the next one. So we're back, and this is our final representation of the Gargantua figures. This is the M1 sculpt of the Gargantua figures, and this is the glow in dark set. And these are great. These are my favorite representation of the Gargantuas in Safubi form. There is to date, like I said, I think there is a Ballmark set, and I think there's another set. I can't remember who. Bear Model, I think, was another one who made them. But I just think likeness wise and just overall kind of what they look like, I think M1 did the best job of them, and I love them. And of course, they're glow in the dark, so I had to get them because I'm a sucker for glow in the dark. I love that beautiful glow. So, but yeah, I absolutely love them. They're great. Give you a close look here, and you can even see, even in the Safubi form, Gaira is kind of the mean looking one with the grimace on his face, and you kind of got the mellower one in Sanda and stuff. So that's really cool. All right, so this is our final take on our Gargantua brothers themselves, Sanda and Gaira. Yeah, like I said, overall, this is a great set. There is a few little things that I would tweak, and it's mostly just in the paint job. It really is. Like, the pose and overall look of them look spot on. They really do. But yeah, just if you could just pop out that detail and that paint job a little bit, these would be absolutely perfect. And I think that's what I'm going to do. Honestly, I've thought about it even before looking at them. I thought about even doing it with my Billiken set, that I was actually going to do a different kind of a paint colorway to him, especially Gaira. I was actually going to do, the green and stuff like that, your normal, color for him. But I was going to put like the red in there when he was wounded and stuff like that by the Mazer tanks and stuff like that. So I wanted to do that look just because I thought it was super unique and really hasn't been done except for that one set, that Wonderfest set that obviously I would love to get, but it's so hard because they were limited numbers and they're only released at Wonderfest. So I was going to kind of get my own customized, and stuff like that. So that's kind of what I might want to do with this set, is actually get them sent out and actually get them touched up for paint wise, just like I said, just to kind of bring out some of the details and, get some of the shadows in there and just kind of make the look and the paint, just kind of pop more on these guys. So they stand out because they are great sculpts, but they definitely could have been done better in the paint department, I guess. So yeah, but yeah, other than that, that's kind of it for these guys. Like, everything else is perfect, just some minor little things that I think want to do. So that's it for me. Thanks for watching, guys. Just remember to like, comment, and subscribe. We do have the 250 subscriber giveaway coming up. Like I said, we are super close. So thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. And yeah, this is the Gargantua brothers, Sanda and Gaira, 30 centimeter from X Plus. So, but yeah, until then, later.